Hello, I'm Jake, Mr. Jake, and I'd like to recommend a movie that teaches you how to blow things up with C4 plastic explosives. The Specialist is a 1994 action movie starring Sylvester Stallone and James Woods as two former CIA operatives who are trying to kill each other by blowing up as much shit as possible, while one of them bangs Sharon Stone in the shower. Despite box office success, the movie fared poorly with critics. Then again, critics are idiots who couldn't tell the difference between plasticine and plastic explosives, so there's no reason why you should listen to them. My favorite criticism is one attributed to Roger Ebert, who supposedly said, "You know a movie's in trouble when the audience can't seem to figure out the heroine's motivations afterward in the parking garage." Well, I don't know what kind of an audience Ebert saw the movie with, but I don't think you need to be a rocket scientist to understand this film. To begin, let's look at Ray Quick's character and what drives him. Played by Sylvester Stallone, Ray is widely considered to be the hero of the film, but that is a misconception. Ray, after all, is just a lazy coward. On the other hand, his adversary Ned Trent, played by James Woods, is a hard-working, honest taxpayer and an artist. In the opening scene of the film, the pair are still working for the CIA and are about to blow a drug lord to pieces. Ned knows how important this is and how many lives they are saving by taking out the drug lord. Therefore, he goes through with the hit despite the unexpected presence of an underage female civilian in the target's car. He understands that sacrifices must be made for the greater good. But Ray Quick decides to rat Ned out to his superiors and retire the both of them from the CIA due to this incident. Does that make Ray the hero? No. It simply makes him a lazy son of a bitch who didn't want to do his job anymore. The death of a civilian was nothing more but a convenient excuse for him to resign. Now, I don't remember, that is, I don't know how well the CIA pays its operatives, and therefore I have no idea how good Ray Quick's pension plan was, but even if he was bitter about his pension, he really didn't need to take an honest, hard-working colleague down with him. See, his actions cost Ned his job, and that is a real travesty. All was not lost, though, for a man who loves his job as much as Ned Trent will always find employment, in this case, with a reputable Miami businessman called Joe Leone. Like Ned Trent, Joe Leone is a selfless individual. He has the entire Miami Police Department on his own payroll, saving the US government loads of money. He also offers protection services to shopkeepers throughout the city using his privately contracted team of security guards. It is no wonder Ned would gravitate to such a respectable businessman and become Joe's new chief of security. Unfortunately, however, the lazy bastard Ray Quick is also holed up in Miami, which means it's only a matter of time before he and Ned lock horns once again, especially because a woman called May Monroe hires Ray to kill Joe Leone's son. Why? That's trivial. However, for the sake of the mentally challenged, like the audience Roger Ebert saw this movie with, allow me to explain the aforementioned motivation of the heroine. The character of May Monroe had one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to get laid by Ray quick. Everything else is just a means to an end for her. Hiring a hitman, murdering innocent, reputable businessmen, all of that is perfectly acceptable in May Monroe's mind, just as long as she can get laid by Ray quick in the end. Clearly, she's an even worse human being than the statue of laziness Ray Quick himself. As for why this loathsome sex addict would direct her attention at a guy called Mr. Quick is not worth discussing. So, as you can see, the motivation of the characters in The Specialist is in fact very easy to understand. Ray Quick is a lazy bastard who doesn't want to work anymore, May Monroe is a whore, and Ned Trent is the honest, hard-working hero who wants to set things right. But, is it a good movie? But of course it is! The Specialist is a fun action flick with a likable hero and a thoroughly spiteful pair of villains and fantastic action sequences. I especially applaud the movie for depicting the effects of C4 plastic explosives in a perfectly authentic manner. Most action films tend to take liberties when explosives are involved, but The Specialist goes out of its way to be realistic. You see, all you need is this much C4 to blow up an entire building, and that is exactly how the effects of C4 are depicted in The Specialist. The movie pretty much teaches you how to blow things up with plastic explosives. In fact, the movie teaches you how to build a bomb out of a pen. Just like this! Wait, how do you disarm these things again?